It's Catwoman, and it's Catwoman in the style of the 1990s Batman the Animated Series. And it's Catwoman with her beautiful feline Isis, which really lends a wonderful element to this statue. The statue is by DC Direct, and it is part of the DC Designer Series. It is based on the art of Stanley Lau. So we're going to see a little bit more of that in a second. But first, let's take a look at the packaging. This is going to be an out-of-the-box experience on Terrific TV Toys and what you call an unboxing. Although it's not an original unboxing. She was opened once to check to see if she was okay. All parts were there and everything. But we're going to reopen her now because she was reset and have an out-of-the-box experience. This is a numbered limited edition. You can see her there. She's got a wonderful, expensive-looking necklace. It looks like an emerald, but we're going to take a closer look at that as well. And here's the back. DC Designer Series Catwoman, based on the work of Stanley Lau. This beautiful DC Designer Series statue is classic Catwoman all the way. Standing about 8 inches tall, the statue conveys all that is the character of Catwoman as she is seen with her iconic whip, a stolen jeweled necklace, and her cat companion. And you can see a couple others in this series. There are a lot of this series online. If you do a search, you'll see. And on the Terrific Non-TV Toys series, you have seen a couple of these statues of the Batgirl variety, and more specifically the DC Bombshells series, which is like an alternate take on our beloved female DC universe characters. And so there's a couple Batgirl statues on that series of the DC Bombshells, and those are cool, so check those out if you haven't. Okay, measures approximately 7.65 inches high, and based on the artwork again, sculpted by James Marsano. And then you get the DC Direct logo. And I'll show the bottom too. I was looking for a date on this. I found conflicting reports in different places. Online, there's one little story that says that this was due out in the year 2020. But then I saw it dated as 2023 in another place. And here, very, very fine print, it does say 2022. So we're going to go with the 2022. And you can see here, spoiler alert, before I even open it, number 2556 of 3504. And we will check that out on the bottom of her stand as well. So let's get this baby out of the box and let's take a look. So I'm going to grab, actually I'm just going to do one of these guys. I'll flip the box upside down if I can. A little awkward. Try to get this in the camera. Okay, set the box over there. And there's bottom and top. Okay, let's look at this beautiful girl. Okay, here's the bottom of the stand right here. 2556 out of 3504 and all the other verbiage, and then you've got a logo there. And a nice thing, look at the cat emblem on the stand too, and you can see it's got the holes and places to insert the different parts. Selina Kyle and her feline. Okay, so in the plastic is Catwoman, and here she is. You know, one thing I noticed about this is that it threw me for a second, because I'm looking at the box and I'm like, oh, that's animated series. That's 1990s. That's the Selina Kyle I remember from that series. But then when I took a closer look, I saw that it has this black detailing. I'm like, okay, is that one of her outfits from the comics or something? Did they adapt it? Is she really from the comics? Because she has like a half black outfit. But really, it's styling by the artist. It's shadowing by the artist. You can see it here too. There's a black spot. And then on her mask, there's a gray spot there. And it's really meant to approximate shadows and glimmers and gleams and everything on her costume. So she is animated style. And look at this. I mean, this is wonderful. This is straight out of the animated series, this belt. And she's got her whip with her. which looks like a separate piece. It does not come apart, but it was manufactured as a separate piece. And I love that the necklace is a separate piece. And if you really wanted to, you could carefully take that off. I'm not going to do it, but look at that. Do you think that's an emerald? It really looks like an emerald to me. It's kind of blue to be an emerald, but I'm going to call it an emerald because it seems like emeralds were mentioned on the series. And in this incarnation of Catwoman on Batman the Animated Series, they really did emphasize the fact that she was a cat burglar and she was always stealing things and trying to evade Batman as she was doing it in there. Oh, look at that smile. That's a cat swallowed the canary type of smile. And we'll take a look at her boots. All angles of this lovely girl. And you can see she's got her posts here. So she's going to go into the stand right here with her posts. So you can see how that is working. Everything is really heavy statue, as I found with the Batgirl statues that I mentioned earlier. Okay, let's see where Isis is. Isis has her own separate bag. Oh, I love Isis. Isis was created for the animated series. Now, Catwoman has had a few different pet cats over the years in different incarnations in the comics and on the screen, and even in the big screen when you saw Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman in the earlier franchise of the Batman movies. She had cats, and she called them by name. But here is Isis, that was created for Batman the Animated Series by Bruce Timm and Co. of Warner Brothers Animation, and I love her. Oh my gosh, she's wonderful. She's got her posts there too. And on the series, Isis had her own personality. Did you notice that? She was pretty feisty. Okay, let me make sure I'm getting this the right way. Okay, that'll work. And then Isis fits in here, but there is a little bit of a hole. I'm going to look at it on the light here. Is there a different hole? Yeah, it's on the left side of this slot. It looks like a slot, but there is actually a hole down there, so it's going to take some little bit of finagling. Oh, okay, that was it. That was it. So, oh my gosh, look at Isis looking up lovingly at her owner, Selena Kyle. I'm going to show you too. I was doing a little bit of research online, and I did find an interview with the artist, Stanley Lau, and it showed the comic book cover that this is based on. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? That is so beautiful. Let me put that side by side. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Slinky as Catwoman is. And you can even, you can find this interview with the artist. There he is, and he shows some drawings too. I don't know if the glare is going to get that. And this is on the DC website. But then also DC has available some screen backgrounds, and one of them is based on this art too. So check that out on the DC website. And then there's even a little shot I found from the animated series that captures the essence of that statue. So nice. Okay, love it. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Terrific TV Toys, and keep it tuned here to BRBTV.